What's up, everybody? Welcome to Tones Overthinks It, the show where I think too much to make up for the people who don't think at all. And welcome to another edition of TLDR. So first things first, apologies if you could hear any background noise. I did have to run the air conditioning while recording because it's 106 degrees outside. So anyways, I think Frauditors should just sue. Now, nobody panic, the heat hasn't gotten to me, I'm not delirious, hear me out. So I just finished watching body cam footage of one of Long Island Audit's arrests. Shout out, by the way, to Frauditor Troll and Bodycam Uncensored 314. They were the ones who were showing it live. If you're not subscribed to either of those channels, I'll drop links in the description. Go check them out. They're willing to plunge deep into the proverbial hell that is the Frauditor world and all the footage and stomach all the garbage that they spew. So shout out to them again. Go subscribe to them. So anyways, in the video, Reyes, as he typically has, because let's be honest, the guy's running out of originality, so he's just kind of repeating himself, went to a place where there's a policy that you can't film. And so, according to him, he went and did some research, he talked to some lawyers, and thus he alone has established the conclusion that the policy against filming is unconstitutional, therefore he has no obligation to obey it. Okay, congratulations, Reyes. You want a cookie? I mean, you say that it's unconstitutional. So what? Again, and I've said this many times before, the only person that matters in this world who can say it, something is unconstitutional or otherwise, is a judge, and you're not a judge. So until a judge issues a ruling that something is unconstitutional, the cops, the people working in the building, pretty much literally everyone else in the country is under no obligation to stop enforcing it solely on your say-so. So, back to why I think frauditors should just sue. Reyes, and basically every frauditor out there, thinks that if they feel that something's unconstitutional, they have to go to a location where it's in place and cause a scene while in the process of defying it. As if somehow that is going to magically change it or make that law go away. Now, I'm about to do something I never thought I'd see myself doing. I'm actually going to give advice, not legal advice because I'm not a lawyer, but just sound advice to frauditors that will actually help them accomplish their goals. So, Reyes, Cordova, DeCastro, all of you, listen carefully. You actually don't have to go through the trouble of going to these places and filming and getting arrested to challenge them. You can go straight to the courts and file a lawsuit, because if you have in fact done research and you know a lawyer who can make arguments that are actually valid in the eyes of the law, a judge will rule in your favor and deem it unconstitutional. You can actually, in the proper forum, legitimately change the laws. Of course, this is all assuming that your arguments actually have merit and it's not entirely created by way of anal extraction. But the fact is, we see this happen all the time. We see attorneys from organizations file lawsuits when a new law is passed, say, for example, in regards to local or federal elections. If a law is passed that redraws voting district lines or disenfranchises people, these organizations and their attorneys, they don't wait till after an election happens where the damage is done, or they don't just outright defy or ignore its existence. Like, they don't go to, on election day, tell the Board of Elections, oh, count the votes the way they were before this law was passed with the old district lines. They're not going to do that. They're under no obligation to do that unless the law has been changed. So yeah, just file the damn lawsuits. You don't have to go auditing. Your entire channel is built on a step that's unnecessary and doesn't actually accomplish anything. Of course, now that I have said all that, and anticipating what I'm sure many people will be writing in the comments at this point, let's now ask the question, why frauditors resort to this unnecessary step? So again, let's think about this. As I mentioned before, there are organizations and attorneys who will bring lawsuits to challenge a law that they feel has been made unconstitutionally. If the judge rules in their favor and they win, assuming it doesn't get kicked up to a higher court on appeal, the only reward they get is a declaratory judgment. Effectively, okay, you've won, the law is changed, that's it. You typically have to suffer your own legal fees or any kind of costs involved, but hey, that's a small price to pay for the furtherment of personal liberty and freedom, right? But you see, for frauditors, that's not what they're looking for, because such lawsuits don't come with any kind of compensatory or punitive damages, no settlements, pretty much no profit to be made from it. However, if they go to a location, cause an incident in relation to a law that they claim is unjust, they can sue over that specific incident. Suddenly, the plaintiff in the case is not the American people, but rather just them, which means if they were to win or settle this lawsuit, it has no broader repercussions to the rest of us. Society gains nothing in the cause of its own freedom. So as shocking as this is, no doubt, frauditors aren't actually out to defend our rights and freedom of speech or to the press or any of that. They are just out to enrich themselves. And what further proof of this do you need when we're aware of the fact that they have every means at their disposal to pursue what could be a legitimate case against a law or policy that could very well be unconstitutional, but they never choose to pursue it because they don't have any altruistic motives whatsoever. So if you're a frauditor supporter, lenslicker, sycophant, whatever label we wish to choose, just know that when a frauditor asks you to send them money for their legal fees, you're only paying money to someone just so they could try to get themselves out of trouble or get a settlement that only benefits them. You get nothing in return. You basically paid somebody else's bills who would never do the same for you in return. But then again, maybe I'm just overthinking it. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like what you see here and you want to see even more in the future, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, feel free to share your thoughts down in the comment section. I always love to read them. Till next time.